Cardano hits an absolutely massive milestone. You won't believe the number of TPS Cardano achieved with their Hydra Doom tournament. Oh my God. We'll talk about that. Will this spark another massive rally in the price of Cardano? We'll talk about that. Also, we have Magic Internet Money joining us. He's going to break down the Bitcoin charts. He's also going to take a look at some Cardano. And if you're a fan of HBAR, stay tuned because we're going to take a look at an HBAR chart also. We're also going to talk a little bit about the markets and what the hell is going on overseas. What is South Korea doing? What the hell is France doing? And how could that affect the markets potentially? We're also very excited to have the founder of Legacy Network joining us today to give a spotlight on their project and their much anticipated drop of their LGCT token. We're excited to have Fabio join us. With that being said, let's not waste any time. Let's get going. Let's go.
Hola! It's your boy Big Rob back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto, home of the entertaining content.
What's up, Mini Rob?
Mini Rob? You all right? I see you're back to the blue again.
I'm great, baby. Feeling good.
If this is your first time checking us out, welcome to the place where you get fun, entertaining content, where unlike the other channels, old, boring, and stale content. And we deliver here, you know? There's a few things that Vegas does well, and one, it's degenerate gambling, which we fit that box perfectly well with our crypto strategies. And then also, we entertain. Entertainment capital of the world.
Yeah, we have the largest strip club in the world. The largest.
The largest, yeah.
Yeah. Sapphires. Never been there.
No?
I'm not a fan of strip clubs.
I have.
I went to a strip club one time in Green Bay, Wisconsin. My God, that was awkward. It was, well, let's say that first of all, sorry, but the quality was not there, number one.
There are some subpar strip clubs here in Vegas as well. There's a place called Platinums off of Flamingo.
Oh, you would know. Okay.
Anyways, a lot of cigarette burns on that one. So I'm talking about the carpet.
Sure.
Not that carpet. All right, so are you buying Cardano? Have you bought Cardano? Have you not bought in Cardano?
Wow, 3 great questions.
You know what? Now's the time to evaluate your position on the hottest altcoin in cryptocurrency.
That XRP was.
I mean, it's the hottest.
I would argue XRP right now is the hottest.
You know what? If I had, okay. You know what we've seen out of XRP is that the price suppression has finally broken loose, right? The handcuffs, the rubber bands, it was tied down, and you know what? It got cut loose, and now the suppressed price,
no longer
the value has caught up to where it should be.
XRP is unburdened by what has been.
Then what is to come is not.
What is going on today?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. Anyways, man, you're messing up my
Go ahead.
intro.
Oh, look, there's our exchange partner.
Oh, North Korea. How you doing?
South Korea.
Oh.
Anyways, what were we gonna say?
Cardano's got a lot of hype right now.
Yeah. We'll talk about some Cardano and what.
Can we have a back and forth on which project we like more moving forward, XRP or Cardano, after this article?
I'm gonna say Cardano.
Me too.
Okay. Damn it. Well, that ended that argument. To be fair, I hold both, so I'm rooting for both of them. Now, so you're wondering, why did we see that the drawdown in the markets? Everything was going so good. Ondo was up like 40%. Mudang was up like 110%. We're seeing listings, yeah. And then everything started coming down. Well, especially XRP also. We take a look at XRP. Now, of course, when you see a move like this, you're expecting a large pullback, which 7% is not that big. But either way, pullback from around $2.80 to $2.52. What happened? Well, South Korea did a North Korea thing. They enacted martial law. Now, we're not a politics show. If you want a politics show, check out Bold Broadcasting. But at the end of the day, it affected the markets, right? When you talk about XRP's volume, a majority of that came from Korea, South Korea. And so they're big in a crypto. And if you remember, Robin, what did Sam Bankman-Fried make his millions on? It was something called the kimchi premium. Buy cheaper Bitcoin from South Korean exchanges and sell it on other exchanges outside of South Korea and take that little, like the arbitrage, right? It's an arbitrage trade. Well, Bitcoin in South Korea, the price dropped 30% on South Korean exchanges following the South Korean president's declaration of martial law. Now that thing has been lifted, but some of the exchanges are still down. But what I'm assuming, and I can't confirm this, I haven't looked into it, but I'm assuming any person with any sort of multiple accounts or any sort of kind of like Sam Bankman-Fried style, kind of thought process, like, okay, well, I can pick this up at 30% discount Bitcoin, and then I can just zoom right over to Coinbase or Binance and sell it for that 30% premium. And so that might have affected some of the price action. And of course, obviously, South Korea going down. And then you have this jumping over from South Korea to Les France. You hear what France did?
I did, yeah.
Le 128, Madame Vermeil.
Oh, anyways. Yeah, they're
like, I don't understand that language. Okay.
France plans to tax unrealized capital gains on Bitcoin. Guys, have you not learned anything?
Is that all
from
he
the
said?
US
I thought he only said like 3 words.
Well, there's a 2-minute video.
They
said de papas. So, come on, man. Bad move here. What do you guys do? Anyways, interesting. Let's take a look here.
So, but
go ahead.
I was obviously retarded. Second of all, I question, like, where does it stop, right? First, it's going to be Bitcoin. Then it's going to be all of crypto. Then what? Your stocks, your investments, gold. Then, hey, why don't we unrealized gains on your retirement fund? How about that? You know what? You've accrued $70,000 in your retirement fund. We're going to need to you're going to have to start paying us. Like, I haven't even got it yet. Yeah. So, that's the concerning part is where does it stop? Right. And so,
it should stop.
And this is wake up,
freaking Pepe Le Pew. Also, if you're new here, make sure to say hello so we can have Robin completely butcher your name because it makes him feel really, really good about himself. Makes him feel like he's contributing, So I'm just proud of Rob. Also, Rob, are we ready? Or Rocco, are we ready for Magic? Yeah, beautiful. All right. We got my boy, Magic Internet Money, joining us as he does every single Tuesday. Magic, welcome back to the show, man.
What's going on, guys? How are you?
Good, brother. Any commentary on Les France or what happening in South Korea?
I saw some stuff going on with South Korea just in my feed on Twitter, but I honestly don't have a clue, man. So for me, I've got no comment on it. It's charts only for me as usual.
I love it. All right, speaking of charts, Magic, Bitcoin was at a 30% discount on South Korean exchanges. We're sitting at 95.2. Where do you foresee Bitcoin heading to next? Do you think there's more downside coming, or should we see a move back towards that 100K?
I'm actually looking for that dip still, to be quite upfront with you guys. So we'll kind of go over that. The levels are pretty much the same, but I don't think that it's anything that should scare anyone by any means. So I'll clean this chart up here and we'll get off the high time frames. But let's go to get rid of that real quick, and we'll get rid of that real quick. Okay, so going back to the new week, we've got new week, new information. You've swept yesterday's low coming into the week, always a choice play, looking at the gold pocket here as well, just in front of the weekly 5 EMA, which is what's coming in right here. And I'll get rid of it real quick. Now, beneath you, you do have some things that statistically are likely to be hit. They don't have to be. Again, it's statistics, so it's not 100% guaranteed. But generally, you're looking, anywhere from 70 to 75% likelihood of coming down into this monthly target around 87.7. So it is something that is on my radar. And if we go ahead and flip on some NPOCs. You'll notice that this is also an old weekly pivot that was not tapped, but it's also going to be the NPOC just above you for November. So, there's some things here that suggest we will see that likely move into this region. And the only thing that really changes my mind is this box, and I'll show you what's in that box in a second. What's in the box, right? Besides the gold pocket, which we can get rid of locally, we can probably get rid of both of them. No longer relevant. So those are just more day trade plays, and these are your weeklies and biweekly, which they are tapped. So I'm going to get rid of those as well. So kind of cleaning up the chart a little bit for the audience, just to look at it and say, okay, so Monday's low and yesterday's low, probably pretty important. If we were to go and look anywhere else on here, we could start looking at things like your previous week EQ, and all this is the median from last week's range. So we're just looking at the previous week EQ at the Monday low. If this is lost, generally what you're looking to do is rotate the last week's candle to the low side of it, which is right in line with what we'd be looking at in terms of like monthly goals, in terms of like the November point of control that's naked. And then you have other targets beneath that even. So starts to really bleed into that area, especially if the weekly open is not reclaimed. So we can mark that out as part of that box. And then going out to the monthly, you can do very similar things to just make this easy for yourself as a trader. Right. So on the monthly, quite the candle, right? Quite the candle. This is where it comes in all the way over here. So you'll notice the previous month EQ actually comes in right in here in this blue box territory. So for me, if I was going level to level, I really don't think that there's anything to worry about above the previous week low, which is about $90,000. But even if you get that move beneath it, I think that there is a good opportunity at potentially a bounce in this 87.7 region. There's just multiple confluences there for me that I would be looking for. So if I was trading this and I was looking for areas of interest to potentially pick up a long position, this was more of an intraday area for me. The only time I change my mind is back above that monthly open and weekly open box that we have kind of marked off here that you'll see in the low time frames. But I'm looking for this previous week low area. Then I'm looking down to the monthly pivot, which we know statistically could be hit. So maybe you get a quick move into there. And then even if you miss the move, it happens overnight. Let's say it reclaims this previous week low sometime during the week. That's when you want to be looking at that and saying, okay, that would actually maybe cement that this is trying to put in a formal low, and I can look for higher targets either in the range or overall. But for me, I'm really not concerned with anything until we start living below 87.7. So even if it dipped even further down into this range, I'm not too concerned. At the previous month equilibrium, you've got a biweekly pivot average that was never struck there. I like to mark those off because they often end up being very good bounce zones later. Just gives us a point of reference. And nothing's really broken. You've got your yearly end having convergence levels here, which are just standard deviation levels that are calculated for the upcoming sessions. So for me, really interested in 91, 90K-ish, maybe a few $1,000s below that, and then even just a few thousand below that. You're just kind of stair-stepping it down. But looking at, more common things that people are going to relate to is you're going to be looking at that EMA structure, right? Your 5 EMA comes in here. We have not come back to it in several weeks. That rarely happens. Now, what I will point out to you guys can do this on your own as well, is that when Bitcoin finds even an intermediate top, which I was saying the week of November 18th, so my analysis to me is lining up that way, is you'll usually go a week or two, sometimes even 3, before coming back to it during a trending move after like you find that top. It'll take you a little bit to get here. Like here's a very good example. So I'm expecting to come down to this EMA as it plays catch up as well. And so I would be very interested in 90K first. Anything after that is just, again, more trading opportunities on the high time frame. So if I were somebody, I would stay away from leverage up here. And the only caution to the wind I'm going to give anyone, I know, the only caution I'm going to give to anyone is that you're seeing the rotation into alts. It's really fun. It's great. If you were to see something below this 80K region, I know a lot of people are saying that they would love to retest $69,000. I am really not in that camp. If you were to do that, this is your weekly RSI. You would be looking at this is the window of time I gave it for if this divergence was going to actually play out. It would need to confirm a top. Confirming a top below about 80 to 84K would not look good. You would be coming back to this exponential and likely all the way back to 46, which would preclude a much larger sell-off. So to me, Continuation is the name of the game, and a shallow pullback between 80 and 90K is probably in the best interest of Bitcoin.
You know what, Magic?
So yeah, that's it.
I know you've said it on the show. You personally hold Bitcoin. When you see, if those scenarios do play out, right? Those bear case scenarios, you get excited, right? I mean, for me, like, I get excited. We watch Bitcoin go from 40 to 100K, and everyone always like, I wish I would have had more. I wish I would have had more. Well, this is not financial advice, but these pullbacks are your opportunities to get more. I mean, is that how you kind of look at it also?
Yeah, I don't really sell. I haven't actually sold any spot Bitcoin in a long time. I'm a hedge guy. So what I will do, like I did last cycle, is once I've found the cycle turning around, and I believe that it's time to look for downside for an extended period of time, I look for a hedge, meaning that I keep everything off the exchange that I can, and I do a quick calculation that I'm only going to hold Bitcoin. I'm not going to hold any altcoins in that time. At least that's my opinion. And I'm going to try to hedge, meaning that I will upload to an exchange, a centralized exchange, just enough Bitcoin that if I were to put in an isolated short order, it would protect me from drawdown and potentially leave me with profit afterwards. That's what I did in 2021. And that's the most money outside of this, current cycle that I've made in terms of a trade, was actually just holding that short, because I used 15% of my overall net worth or trading capital was uploaded for that short. I only needed about 9% of it to, cover the drawdown. So 6% of my overall portfolio was actually being used as capital in terms of profits. And I was able to hold that till it was like a 13x. So essentially almost 100% increase in my entire capital by hedging. So it wasn't a terrible trade. But it's one of those things where if I see something like that, I have goals. I want to reach certain amounts of Bitcoin. So I don't really sell. I generally look for opportunities to grow that stack even further. And then I close that hedge and look for other, low risk leverage plays that I can maybe build more Bitcoin on top of. And again, never trading with more than, a handful of percentage of my actual capital, because I just don't think that's safe to do. So that's how I handle it. But if you're not in that boat and you don't want to do that, yeah, buy and sell, guys. Sell some on the way up, and when you get these big dips, DCA back in with that money if you don't want to spend it on anything. If you're like, this is capital for future investment, just have a plan for it. Don't just just FOMO it back in when the price is going up. Wait for those pullbacks.
Yeah, always wait. Patience always pays off. Speaking of patience, the Cardano faithful, Magic, has been extremely patient. While everything else ran, Cardano kind of sat at 30 cents. We're going to share some news. You know what? I'll just do it right now. And then Magic, if you want to pull up that Cardano chart while I do this. Yep. So we know the Hydra tournament. By the way, guys, I did an entire Cardano video today. And so excited for you guys to watch this. But Charles posted this, 134,000 transactions per second. These are real TPS. And then a little bit of an update, 600K plus TPS on the peak for Cardano transactions per second.
Yeah, did I lose you?
These are actual.
Can you hear me? I can hear you.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah, we're good, Magic. Sorry. And so 600K. These are actual transactions per second that happen on the blockchain, not some arbitrary number or theoretically this can happen. No, this actually happened. And then, because of that news, they've extended the Doom tournament qualifier round by 3 hours. And so how much higher can this thing go? Who knows? But
I put it in the chat.
What's
up? Not my internet this time, but I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Yeah, you're good. Magic, Cardano, $1.20 is the level I'm looking at. $1.18, $1.20. That was a very key level. What are you seeing on the Cardano chart, and what are you expecting? How are you expecting the price to react?
Yellow.
Magic, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I was just asking if you can pull up a Cardano chart. I don't think you can hear us. Magic, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
There we go. Sorry. All right. Okay. Cardano chart, if you can. I was saying that $1.18 to $1.20 level is what I'm kind of looking at for a reclaim.
Sure. Yeah,
what are you seeing on your chart?
You're pretty much spot on. I don't think that we could we could split hairs over this, but I don't think it's necessary. I'm going to go out to the highest of time frame here in a second, but I really want to put emphasis again on this 94.5 cent level. This was an area that needs to be flipped. You can see it was really big support. So even if we come back to this, it's going to be important support. And you can see on the daily how you came down and really based off of it after, our initial pullback. Now I am expecting a pullback out of this area. It is resistance. And this is going to be a theme that you're going to see potentially even on HBAR here is notice these are yearly candles and these are yearly closures. Okay. So these closures are things that, well, the asset is never closed above. So it would look quite good if by the end of the year, and so, that's what, 28 days away, that Cardano was back above it, right? We would love to see that in terms of, investor confidence, I guess. If I was holding this asset, that's what I'd want. I'd want to be right here. I'd want to be above this. Now I've got this box a little bit wider because of the gold pocket that sits here, but I'm going to delete that box because we know the gold pocket's there. This is realistically the area you've got to be back above. It's not a terrible close if it closed like right here. This isn't awful, but you really don't want to see a big rejection and a closure below that 94.5 cent region. That to me would be no bueno, but it's about $1.39.8 is the year high of January 2018. You have since swept it on multiple years and closed beneath it. And the moment you can actually claim this zone, to me, I begin to look for that immediate move to $2.11, maybe a little bit over that, and potentially an all-time high at that time. But this is the zone. Above here, good things can happen for Cardano, right? So you are correct. There is resistance here. Definitely not the place I'm looking to buy. Maybe a buy on a back test if it looks right, and the market's acting right, then sure, why not? But if we go down to the lower time frames real quick, the future pivots are coming in right here. And so what this is, and I'm going to get rid of the monthly because we're 3 days into the monthly and it just does not matter that much. What you'll notice is that you kind of have a cluster of pivots here. And so this is going to be everything from your 60-day, 90-day, and then your yearly and semi-annual. Is that right? Yeah, semi-annual, twice a year. So the 6-month pivot. So everything from the 2-month up to the yearly are all clustered around 94.5 cents as of today, if price were to close where it is, meaning that the average of price for all those time frames, because of the move that it's made in such a short amount of time, has all been moved into this area. So if you lost 94.5 cents before next year or even into next year, things do start to look a little bit different and not quite as rosy. So you do want to hang on to that like 94-cent region. If it dips and wicks below, it's fine as long as it reclaims it. But if you start living there, it's not going to look all that great. So that's Cardano in a nutshell.
Awesome, brother. And then another one, if you don't mind, Magic. HBAR has been just like 700% in like 3 weeks. This thing has just skyrocketed. What are you expecting, or what is the HBAR chart telling you?
So HBAR, very interesting chart. I would expect a substantial pullback here, to be quite upfront with you. But
when you say substantial, Magic, what is that percentage-wise to you? When like a minimum of what?
Let's take a peek here. We'll actually do it right here. I'm expecting a decent pullback, a substantial pullback. And I say substantial because anything above like a few percentage points really freaks people out in this market, it seems like. But, you're looking at something like 30, 40% from where we are, or at the high of the move, I guess I should say. From where it is now, after it's already started pulling back, it'd be 21 because it already has pulled back off of this level. This was, ironically, when you told me we'd be looking at this, this was the only level I had up here was this 6M221. And what that's derived from is, you guys know me, I track way too many things probably. And so I was keeping track of the range from when it made an all-time high on a semi-annual basis and had put the 6-month naked point of control here. And you've pretty much tagged it to the T, but very similar to THETA, right? So very, very key levels here are going to be identified on the highest of time frames, again, the yearly. So just like ADA, you have not closed a yearly candle up above this blue box here. And I'm using the 2022 high in this instance at 34.12 cents. And then you have the actual open itself at 29 cents. So between 29 and 34 cents is a region of the chart that you're going to want to hang on to. If lost, I mean, I'm actually looking all the way back down to like 15 cents, unless there is new information from local price action that builds up maybe some areas of interest that would tell me, oh, maybe we just get a bounce earlier, a nice higher low, and off it goes. But just at a glance, this is a very important region. And if you go back in time and take a peek at when it made its all-time high, these are the same levels, just moved over to the left a little bit. You can actually see that these are quite important. I've gone ahead and circled them in advance so it'd be easier, and you could even add to this pretty much right here, right? You could see, all right, we're establishing support. It's really trying to establish support, but it keeps coming back down to this more high time frame. Again, coming up here, trying to hold on to it before actually regarding it as resistance and making its move down. So this is a zone that's not just those yearly opens and yearly high. It's also going to come in with the 2023 pivot. So for all of 2022's price action, if you took the average of that and displayed it as a horizontal line, that is what 2023's average is. It also is that 12-month horizontal there. So there's a lot here to say that you want to see this area, which it's already trying to react as support. You can see it's already come down and kind of tapped it and given it a little bit of a go. We want to see that holding. So if there is a move beneath it, that is where you're going to find these averages of price we talked about. So if there's a wick down here and then a recovery, that's what you want to see. But if you start living and regarding this as resistance, much like you did over here, you're probably going to start making your way down into this region of the chart, and people aren't going to be very happy, and they're going to start round tripping a lot of these bags. But even this isn't the end of the world. If it dipped all the way down to here, let's say there was a big sell-off, even if it found its footing here, it's still a higher low. It would be a very painful one. That's all. And that's in reality about as far out as we can look. Anything above, where we are though, if it lives above this box at 35 cents and continues to consolidate, I would expect it to consolidate into an all-time high breakout. So
awesome. The markets are kind of on fire. And Magic, I'll just ask you one last thing really quick before I let you go. A lot of talk about altcoin season. Is alt season officially here? Can you confirm or deny that we are in altcoin season? We know Bitcoin dominance has kind of gone down. What is your number one advice for people who are looking to position themselves to catch the next big move up?
I would definitely, I always default to the chart. It's how it is. But sometimes you do have to front run those things. So before I go, I'll give you a quick 60-second rundown. This was the target for Bitcoin dominance that we talked about on this show even. So as soon as it's hit here, you want to see this thing giving up this 56% level, living below it on like a weekly to monthly basis. And if it does, it'll start trending all the way back down to like 48%. In that time, as long as Bitcoin isn't, nuking, which in theory it's not, if it's giving up dominance, it's probably going sideways, altcoins are going to play. And then that's your time to make money quickly and get out, because we all know what happens to altcoins if Bitcoin ever does reverse. Bitcoin might go down 60 to 80% over the course of a bear market. Whereas, when altcoins finally get their turn, they're probably heading like 90 to 100% down almost in some cases. So not to be the bearer of bad news. So make that money while you can. And you're seeing a proper rejection here. So you want to see it continue. I would just track dominance on this one.
Awesome. Magic, amazing stuff as always, my friend. Thank you so much, brother. We appreciate you. And we always look forward to Tuesdays because you join us on Tuesdays. If you want more Magic Internet money, go join his Discord. We're going to prompt the link in the description of the video or in the comment section of this live show. And so hop in there. A lot of great insight. Magic's in there, his business partner, Max, and a lot of the community members who post a lot of good trade setups as well. And so Magic, thank you again, brother. We appreciate you. And we'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. I am excited to have our next guest join us. If you've been watching our show with any sort of regularity over the last, say, 7 to 9 months, Legacy has been one of our longest tenured partners. They're one of our favorite partners to have. Amazing product they built. When we started talking to them, this was in production, their Legacy Academy app. It is so impressive to see what they have done and what they're doing to disrupt the space of blockchain and cryptocurrency. I think they eclipsed the 500,000 downloads. They're available on Apple and Google. And so today we have the founder joining us. We have Fabio with some exciting news. So Fabio, welcome to the channel, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us. And how are you doing today?
Very good. How about you?
I'm doing excellent, man. Excited to have you here. So, Fabio, I need to get your thoughts on the market here, man. You got any trades in right now? Are you a trader? Are you a hodler? What are you excited about the market currently? We know we got the new president in the U.S. We got the altcoins are ripping. We got projects up 600-700%. What are you most excited about that's happening in the markets right now?
To be honest, I'm more of a hodler myself. I don't really have the time to focus too much and trade on a very regular basis. But of course, I'm very excited about the election result, about how the market is developing right now. And I'm very excited to see what the narrative is going to be for this full run. I feel like, we had NFTs, we had GameFi, we had so many things in the past. But I feel like in this run, we don't have this one special thing yet, and I'm excited to see where it's heading. But to be honest, I personally believe that's more of a gut feeling that we will see a very green, very long bull run, hopefully.
I agree. Fabio, if you don't mind me asking, of course, you said you're a hodler. What's your biggest hodl bag you got?
I would say the basics. I hold Solana, I hold ETH, I hold Bitcoin, pretty diversified. So I'm holding a lot. Also a few memes. I'm holding Pepe, I'm holding Shiba Inu. Yeah, those are solid. Mine.
We saw Coinbase is kind of going all in on the meme coins. They listed Mudang, they're listing the Mog meme coin. And so I've talked about meme coins are here to stay, man, whether you like it or not. Another sector that's here to stay is the sector you decided to build a product in, which is the Legacy Academy app. When you sought out to build this platform, to build this app, what specific, problem were you looking to solve?
Oh, there's a lot. Unfortunately or fortunately for us, we have a lot of problems. What we are solving is mainly the addiction to instant gratification. I feel like we all are affected by it to a certain degree, which means we always chase the next high, to say so. And so many people have a hard time focusing, very short attention spans. So we are all entertainment addicts to a certain degree. And we often don't have the discipline to chase what's worth chasing, which is our goals, our personal development, developing skills. And that's what the Legacy Academy is all about.
Amazing. Where does blockchain and crypto come into it? Is it a personal thing? Like, you've been in crypto for a while and you wanted to build a badass product. Why not just launch it natively like some of the other learning apps do? Why blockchain? Why crypto?
Of course, it's a personal thing as well. It's a passion, but just having a personal passion doesn't really justify integrating it and developing it like that. So the main reason is it adds to the game-like experience. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a gamified learning application, a bit similar like Duolingo, but we feel like that we can integrate blockchain in a very smart way to bridge a certain gap, especially if we're talking about instant gratification. We wanted to have real rewards in the app, not just some digital collectible without any value. And also in the future, we will focus on social learning and on this whole community experience, because at the end of the day, success-related topics, personal development, it's a community thing. There are many communities around those topics, and our vision is, beside what we already have, which is a great learning app that provides great content, we want to have this full experience, or we want to offer this full experience to people, that they can connect with like-minded people, that they can exchange knowledge, exchange wisdom. And that's why we integrated the token. At the end of the day, it's a smart way to reward future creators, first of all, because we can act independently of third-party providers. Of course, we can use smart contracts for automation and for many other things. So that's what Legacy is all about. The token is used as an in-game currency to buy things as an in-app purchase with the token. The biggest utility of the token is access to the product, which means it's a freemium. Parts of it is free, and that's important to us. We want to offer it as well to countries or people from countries who can't afford it. but the whole premium part is all processed through the token. That's the biggest utility. So we have a product which is highly demanded, and you need a token to fully access it.
Awesome. Speaking of the token, Fabio, I saw that you guys are gonna be launching on 4 blockchains. And correct me if I'm wrong: Ethereum, Polygon, VeChain, and Binance Smart Chain. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Is there any anything in the roadmap as far as adding more networks? Maybe a Cardano, maybe a Caspa, maybe an internet computer. Is there anything in the works, or what's the strategy here?
Yeah, it is planned. Of course, we're always looking at other networks as well. Those 4 made much sense for us, especially when we started developing a few years ago, because I mean, every blockchain has its fans, its community, and its pros and cons, right? And we just wanted to make sure that the token is as available as possible. And we have so many smart contracts. I mean, in the Legacy Academy app, it makes sense to choose a high-performing blockchain which can easily process microtransactions fast and for not much money. I mean, on Ethereum, for example, it would be pretty hard because of the gas fees. So it made much sense for us to integrate those 4 specifically. But of course, we're looking at other networks as well.
Awesome. Fabio, you and your team have been amazing. When I reached out and said, look, there's this thing called the Crypto Almanac. We're doing it. It's the first of its kind in the crypto space. I said, we'd like to reward some of the people. And your team wanted to airdrop free LGCT tokens to the first 10 orders of the Almanac. And so if you're one of the first 10, we will personally reach out to you and let you know what you need to do to get your free LGCT tokens. I've been playing in the app, and you can earn those daily as you do some of the modules, take some of the quizzes. So it's a really, really nice app. And when it was being built, and I was ready, right? I was like, all right, I want to see what this thing is. And it was like, it's almost ready. It's almost ready. It's almost ready. And then when we finally hit the market, I was like, all right, damn. This thing is pretty legit. I'm surprised it didn't take longer. Before I let you go, Fabio, I want to ask you any bit of alpha or exciting news you can share with the people watching, whether it's with Legacy Academy or the LGCT token. Any alpha you can give us there?
Yeah, watch us. Join the Telegram, watch the socials. We have many, many exciting announcements ahead. I also feel like we are this sleeping giant. I believe that many people don't understand yet how big we are and what we have been building in stealth mode. We had a very successful go-to-market with the Legacy Academy, reached 500K users within a short time span of only 3-4 months, but that was just the beginning. And yeah, of course, everyone knows already we have the TG ahead, and around TG, we will have many exciting announcements starting from this week. So it's absolutely worth it to watch us.
Amen to that. And speaking of the Telegram, I do have the link pinned to the top of the comment section of the live show. Fabio, it's a pleasure having you guys on as a partner, but it's also a pleasure having you as a friend of the channel as well. Thank you so much for joining us. We're excited to see what's going to come out, what's going to happen with Legacy over the next month into 2025. And look forward to bringing you on again to give important updates on everything Legacy. So thank you so much, man. We'll see you next time.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. So if you're one of the first 10 orders, we are going to reach out to you. We have your email. We're going to tell you exactly what you need to do to get your free LGCT tokens. We do have that link pinned to the top of the comment section. Robin.
¿Qué pasa?
It's your time to shine, man.
Oh, what am I doing?
You've been practicing your vernacular on these names, or?
I haven't wrote down a single name.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's give a shout out to the super chats. Now we had a few. So Wise Tree's been a hodler for 20 months. So shout out to you, Wise Tree. We appreciate all of you that support the channel.
Oh, you know what? We did get a new hodler too. Here, yeah, go ahead and give us the rest of the shout.
Okay. Jimmy, looks like his portfolio is down big today. $5 super chat. He said, low budget super chat. I think we can get an all out of the. Sorry. And then Greg, got to show love to the channel. When they have Legacy Network on. Greg, we appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. So with that being said, Cardano, right? When Magic was doing the Cardano chart before he did, I kind of shared, Robin. So 134,000 TPS, 620,000 peak TPS. It's gone so well that they have essentially extended the qualifying rounds, right, by 3 hours. What are your thoughts on this show of force, I might say, with what Hydra is capable of doing? And I just want to note that these were actual, real transactions that were broadcasted to the network, not theoretical numbers, not voting numbers. These are real transactions in real time. What are your thoughts on where this puts Cardano from a tech standpoint of what it can do, and how does that affect partnerships?
You know, we've talked about it a few times before in different episodes. I think the news here is been overshadowed because maybe it's a video game, but at the end of the day, this amount of transactions, I mean, 200,000, right? 600,000. So 600,000 transactions per second. And, you know, obviously this is a scaling solution, so it's not done on the base layer, but I mean, it is on native on the Cardano blockchain. So it's not a side chain by any sorts, just a scaling solution. And so, what a day, you know what I mean? It's what you want to see when you talk about the use case and utility in real world. When it comes to blockchain, you know, we always talk about, hey, you know what, Bitcoin can only send, can only process transactions, or every block is every 8 minutes roughly. And so when you see how many transactions are done per second, then you can start applying that to real world assets. You can start applying that to microtransactions. You can apply that to Visa transactions. It does exactly what crypto was promised to do. And so, hey, Cardano, you're in the front. You're in the leader. You know what? Other chains are going to try to follow suit. A lot of times you see these headline numbers, and it's theoretical, right?
Whoa, hold on, man. Got a new whale member up in here, bro.
Yeah, we do.
Retro Mike, my dude must be up huge on his portfolio. So,
welcome, buddy.
Retro Mike, welcome to the cherished club of the whales. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I know Retro Mike's been around in our chat for quite a while, so thank you so much. Really appreciate you. There you have it. Your birthday gift came a little late.
Yeah.
But one of two.
Broke Yoshi said, win new whale member, and then Retro Mike pulled the trigger instantaneously.
What if Retro Mike is Broke Yoshi?
What?
I'm just kidding. Our Robin, I think we're living in the twilight.
And then also SSP, he joined the hodler club as well.
Oh.
But he did that off the live show. So
okay.
I just want to give a shout
SSP, if you're watching, TY. TYSM.
I like how you said TY means thank
SSP?
you.
Yeah. TYSM.
LOL.
I know you're kind of old, so you don't know the analogies and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, our politicians are going fucking rogue. Look at this. U.S. Representative Mike Collins disclosed a purchase of a crypto token called Ski Mask Dog. He purchased between $1,000 and $15,000 worth of this, as they have to file publicly what they buy. And then, did you see this on Fox Business?
They're talking about.
Hold on, listen to this.
Invest it because Bitcoin, Pepe, Chill Guy, Solana, all are very good investments, and I'm going to keep investing.
Good investments. Chill Guy, huh?
Bitcoin, Solana, Pepe, Chill Guy. These are all great. This is on Fox.
Good investments right there, right?
They wonder why people don't take our industry seriously. Anyways,
all the chains she could have listed.
She could have listed
XRP, Solana, or
she did Solana.
She
yeah.
said Solana. Yeah.
Chill Guy and Pepe. Yeah. Hey man, that's why you watch Fox Business, to get all the alpha. Just kidding. You watch Sin City to get all the alpha. And then we have this as well. Before I throw it to Rob, take a look at some of the altcoins and what they're doing. Aviation company reveals their plan to mine Bitcoin on aeroplanes. Who says aeroplanes? Airplanes. Another $760 billion is coming into Bitcoin. Don't know what to make of it. I don't even know what this means. Are they going to have ASICs on the? Oh, damn! Another whale member. Okay. You just want to interrupt the show all day long. Oh man, aka not so Po Man, a new whale member. Rocco, we gotta give him the animation also. We can't let my boy. Well, whale watching today. Will we see a third one? Third time's a charm. You know, I went whale watching one time in San Diego. Didn't see a single whale. Terrible.
You would go whale. Who goes whale?
Kids.
Who goes whale watching?
I got kids.
You're like the dad.
Don't
You're like
act
the dad that takes the kids to go watch the airplanes land and hypes it up, and then they're not paying attention.
Don't act like your kids.
You're like, look,
animals.
the airplanes are landing, and they're like, thanks, Dad. Yeah. You're like, we're gonna go whale watching.
Anyways,
they get home, and be like, Dad always has the
people
worst.
that have kids. They'll understand. I know Robin has kids. He just doesn't understand. I don't know what's wrong with him. But anyways,
I do fun things.
Yeah.
You can go whale watching.
Fun things for you or for the kids?
Myself.
Exactly. Let's go to Dave and Buster's, but the kids don't want to go there. Yeah, but it's so fun, man.
They're like, Dad, can we play? I'm like, hold on.
Hold on, there is a strip club in Flamingo.
You know what?
Stop.
There's a strip club. There's a strip club in Vegas where
there's many.
They have a daycare outside, so you can leave the care.
No,
kids.
they don't. Holy shit, Jimmy,
50 gifted memberships. And we can drop the nuke on that one.
Oh, that's $150. Jimmy. Okay, so he said, "Look, I'm cheap today. Never mind. That was a psych out."
You even got Ashley in the chat dropping gravy emojis.
Wow.
So,
when's Ashley gonna super chat? Oh, she did it on your birthday.
Yes.
Will I get a super chat on my birthday?
Well, when's your birthday? Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah. Anyways, all right. Let's Rob.
When are we celebrating, on Friday or Monday? On Friday?
No, we can't Friday.
No, we can't Friday.
Monday.
Oh,
Monday.
Yeah.
Monday. Don't say it. It'll be a surprise. Surprise. Monday surprise. I don't know why I said that so many times. Robin, we already took a look at Bitcoin, Cardano. We took a look at HBAR. What are the rest of the markets doing? I know everything's kind of bleeding a little bit, but let's take a look at the market.
You know, interesting projects that are up right now. You have Ondo up. And so this morning I was taking a look. This is something I was talking about, was it last week or early this week? Anyways, I was like, hey, watch out for Ondo. This thing's about to rally.
You did say that.
And, up 65% since Big Rob spoke, and up 31% today. And so, you know what? If you are a holder of Ondo, if you watch our channel,
I'm a holder.
I
watch our channel,
and you take any of our picks to heart, and you know that this was one that we were talking about last week, and we're like, hey, look, you need to pay attention to Ondo.
Yeah, you were harping on Ondo.
Yeah, because I was talking about, I'm like, hey, this is by proxy a BlackRock play, right? And real world asset tokenization. This is their go-to chain that BlackRock is using. This is something that has seen massive surge since last month. So went from 50 cents up to $1.63. And then about a year ago, I was down to 20 cents. I'm telling you, this is gonna be a sleeper. I would not be surprised to see Ondo break into the top 20 next year. I don't think it'll quite get there in like 60 days or anything like that. It's not the sexiest play for degen crypto investors. However, I think it is a smart play for retail. It's for traditional finance. It's a smart play for institutions. I think it's a smart play for venture capital. I think it's a smart play for a long-term hold. And so I do think that this is going to occur a lot of value and move up the market cap list slowly but surely over the next 6 months. And I do think you're going to see big pops like we saw this week intermittently. But I don't think there's going to be big pullbacks in this. I think this is something that we see go from $1.50 to $4. Maybe it pulls back to like $3.20. Then we see it go from $4 up to $9. I think a 10x on this in the next 6 months is pretty much penciled in. And so
the biggest problem with Ondo, Rob, is
I know is the token utility or
no, look at this. Top 10% of holders hold 83% of the supply. So I think that's the issue. Now, we saw with Toncoin something similar, and Toncoin pumped. And so, this is the biggest thing for Ondo is their tokenomics are not very good. But But I will say, this matters more at the end of a bull market towards the beginning of a bear market. This doesn't necessarily matter as much from a price impact standpoint when you talk about the beginning or the middle of a bull market, because chances are whoever is controlling and holding these tokens, they're not going to dump. And so you can look at it from one of two ways. You can look at it as okay, they hold a lot. It wouldn't be to their benefit to just dump massively in the middle of a bull market. Could they sell off slowly? Sure. When you want to worry is when the volume is not there and then they start selling. That's where I would be worried. But for me, I'm still hyper bullish on Ondo. And so, yeah, but something I just wanted to share. So, because that's typically the biggest thing people bring up when we talk about Ondo is their tokenomics.
Also, another one we were talking about yesterday, I think it was the GALA. And so are we seeing the first run? Are we seeing the first leg on a big move to come? GALA up to 5
GALA was just
cents.
at 3 cents.
And so yesterday we were talking about GALA. I said, hey, I think that this is something to keep an eye out. When gaming starts to run, I think that GALA will catch the runs and straight just take out everyone, right? I think that you're going to get the biggest gains. And this is outside the top 50 at number 67. This is something that fell out of the top 100 earlier this year. And so we've seen GALA just on the 1 month go from a penny to 5 cents. So we've seen a healthy 5x out of GALA in the last 30 days. If you know anything about GALA, then you know that they are pretty much the leader when it comes to catalog of games as far as a blockchain that is just developed solely for that reason. They have expanded beyond that into the movies and cinema and things of that nature. But their bread and butter is gaming. They have a beautiful catalog of games. I think they're just one blockbuster game away from, getting that movement they had in the past. At one point we saw GALA at 70 cents. Could we get back up to 70 cents? I think so. But I do think that is off the back of onboarding new users, playing a game. And so gaming narrative runs, I think GALA will probably 3 to 5x from where it is now. We'll see a 25-cent GALA. I think that is expected if we see the gaming sector run. But if they get a big blockbuster game released that catches a lot of new users, or if one of the games that they already have start catching steam, then at that point, I mean, it's anybody's guess, right? You could see something like $1 GALA, $2 GALA.
Don't say that. Jimmy's going to have a freaking stroke.
Yeah. So, that's another one we're excited about. Also, Tron is up.
$1 GALA, huh?
Yeah. I don't think, I'll be honest with you, I don't think.
It got to 70 cents.
I don't think GALA gets to $1 without a big game getting a lot of users. Now, I know they got Spider Tank.
Are we talking like off the grid style or Maple Story? What are you thinking?
I don't think, what we saw out of Axie Infinity last
week. Oh, like Axie, okay.
Yeah, where it just has to have a large community playing the game, whether or not they're incentivized to do so because of the GALA token or for rewards or like NFT drops and things of that nature. Not sure exactly what all the nuances would be, but I just think that if they just simply get a game with thousands of users just actively playing every single day and earning GALA tokens, participating, I think that's what you need to get to the dollar, right? So I don't know. We'll keep a close eye on GALA. It is one of our favorite projects, but Tron is up a lot today as well. Tron up 38%. So Tron went from 20 cents to 30 cents this morning. And, I know it's not the sexiest play for, the narrative, right? Nobody in the US likes to use Tron, or at least they don't discuss it. But I mean, the reality of it is it is a go-to blockchain for the Asian markets. And
Stablecoin's a big one.
A week ago, 20 cents, and just a big move. And so how high can this go? We did see Tron up in a lot higher in the market cap. If you go back, oh no, actually this is its all-time high. Never mind.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah.
Wow. Tron all-time highs.
There you go. Price discovery. Holy crap.
Oh shit.
You know what? Maybe we
I
should
haven't even
maybe
looked
we
at
should visit Tron. You know, I always kind of push it to
I heard
the
it's
back
a
burner.
place in.
Stop it. We should probably take a look at Tron. Maybe
they have a lot of
maybe deep
vibranium.
dive or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, just real quick. So this is the GALA chart. So GALA got up to 85 cents. I am interested to see if price comes down and closes at right around 4.68 cents. We could be setting up for a massive cup and handle, like a massive cup and handle. If it does, we'll see it's currently sitting at 5.18 cents. If it closes below that 4.8 cents and starts to create a handle, right, a downtrending channel, this could be a massive break to the upside. And if this does happen, now this is theoretical, we'll revisit this chart. But if it does happen, you're potentially looking at, depending on where this thing breaks out, if we just take the midline here, you're looking at a breakout to around 7 cents. If this thing plays out, this is on the GALA daily. So, yeah.
There's also one project that I'm looking at that I think everyone should have exposure to, and it's our crypto almanac, which we have a pretty cool ad. Can we run the ad, Rocco? We are in the early stages of the bull market. There is so much money to be made, life-changing money, wife-changing money. And if you want to get a leg up on the competition against your other fellow traders and investors, you're going to need the alpha, you're going to need the research. We have a book that handles all this for you. It's a magazine called the 2025 Crypto Almanac. In the magazine, we have a comprehensive guide that breaks down DeFi, gaming, ETFs, RWAs, NFTs, Bitcoin dominance, and Bitcoin price prediction by quarter for 2025. We got exclusive collaborations, interviews, and write-ups with the biggest names in crypto, and much, much more. Inside the magazine, you'll find a graded breakdown of the top 100 cryptos, including a cheat sheet to quickly source through your favorite projects. Each magazine comes as a physical copy, which is individually numbered, authenticated by an NFC tap chip, along with a digital ebook version minted as an NFT on the Cardano blockchain. Pre-orders are now open. Click on the link in the description below to get your copy of the 2025 Crypto Almanac.
How are you making wife changing money if you don't have a wife?
You know what? I changed wife.
Wife acquiring money.
I changed wives. So,
but that was before the almanac.
Yeah.
Oh, you knew it.
Yes.
Oh,
that's right.
Got it.
It's not just a book, right? That we're just trying to sell because we want to make money. We're actually not really breaking even on this thing, but it is just something that we wanted to give you more. We want to give you more info.
How did we spend 20 grand on a magazine?
Yeah. But you know what? It's just a good source of reference, right? And so when you're kind of like looking like what's a good RWA play, you just go to the RWA section and you got a bunch of different ones on there. Hey, what's a good DeFi play? What's a good gaming play? And then so you can just kind of flip to there, or go through the top 100 and see what.
Where to go whale watching to see actual whales?
Yes,
the alpha's in there, guys.
Can we have a community trip or like a meetup where we all go whale watching? Except for it'll be at a crypto convention. It would just be like, I spot a whale. No,
that's probably not going to go over well. Anyways, one last shout out to Jimmy. Said no way GALA gets over 50 cents. He'll be happy with 20 cents. I'm sure he will. He's got a shitload of GALA.
I think when the gaming sector pops off, I think GALA gets to 25 cents.
Oh,
yeah, and I think that comes off the back of a big rally in Avalanche as well. And then I think what really sets GALA apart is that catalog. So.
All right, that'll do it for the show today. Guys, we have 2 videos coming to you today. We have a Cardano video, and we also have a THETA video. So if you're a fan of THETA, or you've been wondering, why is this thing pumping? I explain everything in that video, so make sure you watch those 2 videos. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe, put your notification bells on, and come back tomorrow where we go live every Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. With that being said, Rocco, thank you all so much for tuning in. We appreciate all of you. And thank you to everyone who supports this channel, whether it's you watching, sharing, liking, commenting, or straight up giving us money. We appreciate you. And come back tomorrow, guys. We love you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Entertainment and info, gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in for big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I spit the game, but they gave it. Name the coin, it's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy a dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming hola till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO control ya. It's over when the finger turn